The mine supply chain in Zambia is worth approximately $2 to $4 billion on an annual basis. But who is participating in this business? How much of this is remaining locally? Today on Mining Corner, we interrogate local content and local participation in the mine supply chain in Zambia. We discuss bridging skills and supply gaps and harnessing an environment that supports steps to strengthening local content and local participation in the mine supply chain. This is Mining Corner. I'm your host. My name is Brian Mlamba. This program is brought to you courtesy of ZCCMIH, and we are very, very proud that they are making this program possible. Now, you are in for a very insightful discussion on local content and local participation in the mine supply chain, because my next guest is going to give us more information as far as that is concerned. That's Mr. Tobias Simpson, the Director of Planning in the Ministry of Mines and Minerals Development. It's good to have you in the program.
Thank you very much for hosting us.
Yeah. How's the ministry doing?
The ministry is up and running.
All right.
A lot of things we are undertaking.
Excellent. Let us start off with some clarification here. There seems to be some misunderstanding on the issue of local content bill and the geological and minerals development bill. The issue of the 30% shareholding in mining entities. What is the correct position as far as that is concerned?
Thank you so much. But maybe before I tackle that question, I want to state the fact that the ministry or government through the ministry is undertaking several reforms to make sure that we put in place policies, legislation, and also regulatory frameworks that should be responsive to the dictates of the mining sector. But with regards to the question that you have raised, yes, indeed, the ministry has developed a strategy, which is called the National Critical Mineral Strategy. The essence of that strategy is to see how government can foster partnerships with the private sector. Under there, we intend, in fact, the process of creating a special purpose vehicle that will be 100% owned by government, and it will be able to partner with the private sector to run and operate the mine, as it were. But as with regard to the 30%, the strategy has stipulated the 30% shareholding of that special purpose vehicle into the strategic business entities, as it were. But however, we need to take a step further to make sure that we legislate this aspect. And of course, as you may be aware, there are a lot of processes that are supposed to be undertaken to make sure that that threshold is embedded into the law. But as we speak, that proposition is in the strategy, and the strategy, most of the issues in that strategy have not been legislated. I also want to highlight the fact that the local content is not a bill per se, it is a statutory instrument. It is anchored under the Mines and Minerals Development Act of 2015, which provides for preferential treatment of Zambians in terms of business opportunities in the mining sector, but also employment. In terms of the Geological and Minerals Development Bill, its focus also is to see how government can partner with the private sector so that it can run and operate mines, as it were. Because currently, government does not own mining entities 100%, so to speak, but of course it has some kind of shareholding. So I think that's how we can tackle that aspect.
All right. But why this misunderstanding, you think?
Maybe it's not a misunderstanding, because like I said, we are very clear in terms of what we've embedded in the strategy, that we are looking at a minimum 30% shareholding through the special purpose vehicle, which will be able to partner with the private sector.
All right. Now, the mining supply procurement value chain is worth about $2.224 billion US dollars. That's annually, business in Zambia. And with this bill, I just wonder how it will empower and ensure local participation without causing any disruption in the industry?
Yes, I think the thinking is that Zambians have not fully participated in the mineral value chain. And when I say the mineral value chain, I'm talking about the exploration of the mining sector, the mining itself, but also their businesses along the chain. For instance, transportation of goods and services in the mining sector, provision of goods and services such as suppliers and contractors. And that's a cry that many of our people have had. But going further, what the government has done is to develop a statutory instrument, the local content regulations. And currently, we're undertaking stakeholder consultations for us to make sure that this law is effectively implemented, and also it has stakeholder concurrence. We are undertaking wider consultations with the industry, the private sector, as you may be aware, that this statutory instrument will be implemented by the industry itself. So we must bring them on board. Secondly, we have undertaken benchmarking exercises in other jurisdictions such as Tanzania and Ghana, where similar regulations are being implemented, and we think there are a few challenges here and there. But also within the country, there are lessons we can pick in other sectors such as transport. I know that the transport sector issued a similar statutory instrument, and we are looking at how it has fared. So essentially, those are the three aspects we think that once followed through, the sector will not be disrupted, and this statutory instrument will be effectively implemented. Yeah. But of course, there may be challenges here and there.
All right. So, I mean, it's a good thing. Everything you're doing is very good. I mean, it allows for Zambians to participate in that value chain. But are we ready as Zambians?
Well, I think we are very ready.
All right.
And the consolation is that government is very deliberate about that.
Yeah.
We are trying to create an environment which is conducive for people to access affordable capital, for instance, skills development. Of course, issues of business acumen is very important, so that our people are taken through and they understand what it is to be a mine supplier, for instance, to be a contractor, for instance. But I think government is very deliberate, and going forward, we think this will be achieved without difficulties.
All right, great.
Yeah.
Under 30 seconds, your last remarks.
My last remark vis-a-vis the local content, it is very critical.
Yeah.
Because we have seen in other jurisdictions where it is effectively operating. And going forward, we need consensus from the industry and from all the stakeholders so that we ensure that Zambians participate fully, because the benefits are huge when we're able to participate in the entire value chain.
All right. Well, I want to thank you very much for coming through. And regards to our colleagues at the Ministry of Mines and Minerals Development, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, and we really appreciate for this.
All right, it's Mr. Tobias Msonda, Director of Planning in the Ministry of Mines and Minerals Development, appearing on Mining Corner and talking about local content. Very important discussion. Now, some good news has been characterizing the mining sector this year. As you may know, the revival of mining activities at Mopani Copper Mines has cheered many people, who include employees, of course, and the local community. Let's find out how the mining giant continues to support local content and local participation in the mine supply chain, among others.
The revival of Mopani Copper Mines is clearly reflected in its significant role in enhancing the livelihoods of those in its operational areas, creating excitement within the communities. This positive impact extends to local entrepreneurs such as mine suppliers and contractors who rely on the growth and success of the mining sector. For these local entrepreneurs, the revival of Mopani brings in new opportunities, further creating jobs outside the mining firm itself.
It would take things on a different angle here, and we hope that things will pick up, not just for us but for everybody else, not just even for business houses but for the entire community in the Copperbelt, because I think the Copperbelt has hit the biggest slump in the economy altogether.
There's a lot that they're doing that they will complete their work, and then that's more business for us still. And then I think it will carry on with a lot more, both here in Kitwe and in their Mufulira outfit.
The local sense of ownership is clear, from market traders, skilled artisans, to the local communities. The community's optimism about being part of this narrative shines through in their joyful reactions to the revival of Mopani.
So kanchi tuletotelo kwatsati awa abantu batwingishe kwa abana besu pantu abana besu nga bayingira bakalaisa muno market nga bafola basa mukutista kwa bena myabo bale tusita ko binzi bale sta ko embalala bale sta ko musalu isabi is business station mfulira pantu nakale fm ZCC muliarize emo twaikadide mfulira yali bwino
twatotela sana abo beshire bapose kwa mano kwingisha abantu inchito efo tulefwa muno mumufulira mwamfo efo tremba nabuka bona na bulepwa
kwebati ifibaleta ba investor mumufulira pantu mumufulira ifwe omo tulila sana ni mumaini tatwakwatana kumbyawe because echo twakwata vyechi tupera ko fyendala manga Copper Belt.
The Mopani revival story has given the Copper Belt a new lease of life.
Well, you're still watching Mining Corner, and we anticipate that Mopani's rebound will increase copper production, contributing towards the goal of 3 million tons of production of copper going forward. Now, you're still watching Mining Corner as we discuss local content and local participation in the mine supply chain. I'm now joined by Talent Ngandwe, who is the Deputy Chief Executive Officer at the Zambia Chamber of Mines. It's good to have you on the program this very, very lovely day. I'd like to get your general overview of our topic of discussion today, if you don't mind.
Thank you so much. I think this opportunity is great to the mining industry for us to come and explain what really we are doing in terms of promoting local content. First of all, I think you've seen an upsurge in investments.
Yeah.
From the time mining assets were privatized. I think we are sitting at more than $17.5 billion US in terms of foreign direct investment. And this investment has come with its own opportunities and challenges. And we are making deliberate efforts to make sure that, a lot of Zambian companies participate in the mining value chain. And what we are doing as the Chamber of Mines in order to promote Zambian companies to take up the opportunities that have come with the investment is, first of all, we are promoting businesses and making sure that, our member companies account, for the businesses that they are giving to Zambians by providing opportunities for local businesses. And when I say local businesses, there should be a clear distinct of local businesses. I know the definition of a local company when you go to Pakla. It's obviously a company that is incorporated in Zambia, but we are looking at a proper definition of a local company, as prescribed by respective mining companies in their localities. We are also looking at mining companies establishing platforms for collaboration with local businesses, and these opportunities that they are providing, obviously, they should be a deliberate effort to promote value addition, and also they need to demonstrate that there is high spend as a percentage of local suppliers and contractors from the total of what they are spending on these companies.
Right.
They should demonstrate that the high spend is being demonstrated on the spend to local companies.
All right. And then are members adhering to that?
Yes, they have done quite a lot. We've seen companies across, both on the Copper Belt and Northwestern Province, which is a new Copper Belt, coming up with programs to capacity build the local companies. Some companies have been put on what we are calling an accelerator program, which is a 12-month program to make sure that they prepare them for future projects in the mining industry. Because we want to run away from the issue of, you just get a company and you give them business there and then they don't perform to expectation. So the Zambian companies are quite good and they are responding to the needs of the industry. And also companies are providing loans to make sure that, they capacity build the companies for future projects.
All right. And I know that you touched on this a bit, but would you just share what else you're doing to support, your members, for them to be able to increase local content?
Well, strategically, what we've done with as a chamber, at some points the industry suffered a lot of reputational damage. So we said, listen, we need to reposition how we respond to the needs of the industry, not only the industry, but the economy and also the masses at large. So we came up with a deliberate effort to make sure that, we strategically increase on sustainability of the industry. We come up with programs to support skills development, come up with programs to enhance social investments, because at some point, local content and social investments meet. So the programs that we are doing in the communities on social investment will also support companies to make sure that they participate in the supply chain. Besides that, we are also promoting the issue of transparency and accountability.
I was about to come to that, because I was just wondering how you're ensuring that this does characterize, the industry. That's accountability and transparency. Very, very important as we try and push this agenda, right?
Yes, definitely. It's very, very important. And, when we talk about transparency and accountability, it's not only on the side of the industry. Well, yes, we're demanding transparency from mining companies. But what about the participants in the local supply chain? Okay, so we're also demanding transparency, and right now there's a very good initiative called the Zambia Extractive Industry Transparency Initiative, which we are supporting as mining industry. Basically, this initiative opens up the books. It shows what we are paying as mining industry to government, and then on the other hand, government also acknowledges what they are receiving from the industry. And what we are saying is we need to increase on the scope of this AITI to make sure that we also capture the payments to local suppliers and know the actual beneficiaries of the companies that are behind or doing business with the mining industry.
All right. We're pressed for time, but what do you think government can do in order, to support the efforts that the industry, you as players and many others are putting in place to improve local content, you think?
Well, government, I think, should come up with deliberate efforts to make sure that constraints to doing business are removed. Okay. Yes, I know that Zambia has done quite well in terms of strengthening businesses and also supporting businesses to do business, but we're lagging behind according to the World Bank Ease of Doing Business Index. I think we're still lagging behind, and we need to make sure that the means of production are made available and facilitated by government, such as land and also electricity.
All right. And your final, words to the industry in terms of local content.
Well, local content, the spend in local content every year is quite huge. According to the African Development Bank, I think we're spending more than $3 billion on supply in the mining industry, and we need to make sure that as Zambian companies, we take the opportunity and make sure that we participate. Mining industry will do its best to make sure that we capacity build wherever it is needed, but we need to make sure that we are aggressive as Zambian companies to make sure that we take our share in the mining industry.
All right. Well, many thanks for coming through. Talent Ngandwe, the Deputy CEO at the Zambia Chamber of Mines. Thank you very much for appearing on the program, and we will engage you in our subsequent programs as well for more information as far as local content is concerned. Thank you very much indeed.
It's been a pleasure. Yeah.
You're still watching Mining Corner. Up next, mining news in 60 seconds. that is what is characterizing our mining news in 60 seconds. I hope that you've been informed. Let's get to the quiz now. And I mean the company of Manda Phiri, Kariba Minerals Limited. He is the sales and marketing manager there. It's good to have you on the program.
Thank you very much. Good to be here.
Yeah. Tell us something about Kariba Minerals Limited. What is it about?
All right. So Kariba Minerals is a mine. We mine amethyst. Amethyst is a gemstone.
All right.
And we are located in Mapatizia. That's where the mine is.
Yeah.
And we are owned by ZCCM-IH 100%. So that's what we do predominantly. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Great. Excellent. Let's get to the good news that you bring. That you bear.
Yeah.
You know, the quiz. Tell us about the questions, and then you can get to the three winners that managed to get the questions correct.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, there were 3 questions that were asked. And I must say the response is quite overwhelming, quite good. And I'll read throughout the questions and then the answers as well. And then I'll give the list of names of those that won.
All right.
So the first question was, which mining company has the deepest underground mine shaft in Zambia? The answer to that question is Mopani. Quite a lot of responses from there. The second question is, what is the name of the company that succeeded Ndola Lime Company? The answer to that question is Limestone Resources Limited. And the third question was, how much has ZCCM-IH invested in Mamba Energy Phase 2 project through equity? And the answer to that question is $35 million. So those were the 3 questions and the 3 answers to our quiz. The 3 winners, if you're watching, please pay attention. Yes, drum roll. So the first one is Jemima Nsama.
All right.
The second winner is Precious Kupoya. And the third winner is Gillian Ponde.
All right.
So those are the 3 winners we had.
2 ladies, 1 gentleman.
It looks like they are all 3 ladies, actually.
All right.
Yes. Jemima, Precious, and Gillian.
All right, excellent.
Yes.
Very impressive that women are taking part in the quiz.
Yes,
and getting interest when it comes to our mining sector.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very, very, very interesting. And if they're watching, please come through to ZCCM-IH office and you'll be able to receive your prizes from there.
All right, listen, thank you very much for coming through, Manda. Wish you the best of luck and regards to our colleagues at the Kariba Minerals Limited.
Thank you so much. I appreciate and thank you for having me.
All right, excellent. And thanks, folks, for watching. It's been a very, very interesting show talking about local content and how this goes a long way in transforming the lives of our people. My name is Brian Mulamba. We are back again next week at the same time on Mining Corner, brought to you by ZCCM-IH every Thursday on ZNBC TV1.